Good morning, children. Now we will study about Varnas. What is Varnas or the caste system which existed in our country? So we have many books that were composed in the North India, which were known as Vedas. Okay, there are many religious books, Vedas and other Puranas, etc. Especially in the areas where the regions are lying between all the Ganga and Yamuna. These are the important rivers in the North India flowing through. So these regions, people who settled in the early ages, they composed many books which we have studied in the previous classes as Vedas. Important one was the Rig Veda, which was the first Veda which was composed by these people, and after that there were other Vedas, so that the Rig Veda was known as the first Veda, other Vedas were known as the later Vedas. Okay, so here we come to know that including Samaveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda and some other books related with the religious rituals and practices. So these were all known as the later Vedic, or this period was also called as a later Vedic period, later Vedic books which were written after the Rig Veda. So many of these books were composed by the priests. They themselves were declared as Brahmana community. Okay, these books were composed by the priests. They described how rituals or religious practices can be performed. So the way, the rules and regulations of performing these rituals are given in the these books. Okay, they were also contained rules about the society, how people have to live in the society, and based on the Varna system or the caste system, each caste, what are the functions or the performances that they had to do in the society. All these rules are also given in these books. Here there were many different groups in the society at the same time: priests and warriors, farmers, herders, traders, craft persons, laborers, fishing folk, and forest people, which we are calling them tribal people now. So these are all the different communities, different groups of people lived in the ancient society. We know now in the present day society we are all living together. There are no difference between the religions or caste and all. We don't divide the people on the basis of their occupation or caste, etc. But in ancient period, the Brahmanas or the priest community, priesthood or priest community divided the all other people into different groups or different castes. Okay, so such kind of many groups existed in the society. We know that there were many herders who has large number of cattle, who are the cattle rearing people, cattle rearing community, fishing community, fisher folk, laborers are there who are working in agricultural fields, or landless workers, landless people. These are all hunters or gatherers we can find out in the forest regions or the tribal regions, tribal belt. They were all very poor. But excluding these people, the Brahmanas or the priest community, and the Kshatriyas or the warrior community or the ruler community, rulers, and the Vaishyas who performed the business, okay, traders, they were considered traders, and large areas of land also was agricultural work also they had done, they had their own land, etc. These communities were very rich and prosperous in the society. So priests or the Brahmanas, who were considered the topmost or supremost group in the society, divided all other people into four groups mainly. Okay, so Brahmanas divided the groups or the people into four groups, and they were known as Varnas. According to them, each Varna or each caste had a different set of functions. So everyone does not do the same job or occupations. They all had, all these communities had different functions. Okay, who decided all this? The Brahmanas or the priest class decided the functions or the rules for other communities also. So here The first varna was that of the Brahmin. Brahmins were expected to study and teach. They had to study the Vedas and Sanskrit language. It was only their monopoly. They did not allow any other community of the people to study the Vedas or teaching and especially the performance of rituals in the temples, etc. Okay, so here they were able to conduct or perform the sacrifices and other Vedic rituals also. They were expected to receive gifts also. They got the large amount of gifts from other communities also. In the second place, coming to they were the rulers. Rulers or the Vari community were in the second category. Okay, they were also known as Kshatriyas. Second category, the rulers community were known as the Kshatriyas. Their duty, their function was to fight with other kingdoms or in the battles and also protect the all people of the kingdom. That was the second community. Third were called the Vish or the Vaishyas. The third community was called the Vaishyas or the Vish, and their duty was they were expected to be the farmers, herders and traders. So all these works they had done, and both the Kshatriyas and the Vaishyas also could perform rituals or sacrifices, but we know that the last community who were the Shudras were not able to do any kind of religious rituals and performance of sacrifices. They could not do because they were considered the last community or the last caste or the lowest varna in the society. They were expected to do other services to all the upper caste communities, all the three groups, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. So Shudras had to do the all works for these upper caste. Often women also from all these communities were grouped with the Shudras. Both women and Shudras were not allowed to study the Vedas. Even the upper caste women were not allowed to study the Vedas, or they were not able to study anything. So both here the priests community or the priests said that these groups were decided on the basis of their best birth. That means if a person is born in the Brahmana community, he automatically becomes Brahmin. If he is born in a Shudra community, he always remains Shudra. He could not change his he could not change his caste also. Here, based on the castes, occupations also were decided. We know that these castes or Shudras were later on considered as untouchables. What is untouchable? These people, if they were not allowed to enter in upper caste communities, the land or their houses also. If these people, the Shudras, were entering into others community or any priest community or priest caste, they were considered, they were polluted. Okay, so when they are entering into other upper caste community, those regions are polluted. And if why the Shudras were considered as untouchables, if they touch other people, they will be polluted. Okay. So that they were not allowed any areas in the upper caste communities, but they had to do some sort of helps in the burials and cremations. In the while if any person dies from the upper caste, also the burials or cremation or funeral functions were conducted. During that, these Shudras had to perform such kind of cremations also. Okay, some many people did not accept this system, this caste system in the ancient period also. Now we know that in modern world these are all banned. Untouchability is banned by the constitution. Also Parliament has made such kind of law. If anyone follows untouchability, it is a punishable offence or a crime. So here all these communities had a particular occupation also. Their caste was based on their occupation. They were not allowed to do any work. All these caste had to perform particular works also. In the coming class we will study about how the kingdoms were set up by the rulers, were small kingdoms or large kingdoms like Janapadas or Mahajanapadas in the coming classes.